In this movie, I'm going to teach you how to make a ghillie suit. A ghillie suit is a 3D form of camouflage, primarily used by military snipers and any hunter that wishes to get an edge on whatever they're hunting. A ghillie suit is basically a suit which incorporates burlap and or natural vegetation. Natural vegetation obviously is going to be your best bet, but it's more time consuming to make. If you got the time, I recommend it. Basically what you would do is create the suit where you would stuff it full of the natural vegetation which surrounds you. You know, if you're like in a field with tall grass, you pull some of the tall grass out and you weave it in your suit and blend in flawlessly with your surroundings. But in this video, we're making it with burlap, which is versatile and can blend in with many different environments and is less time consuming. So I'm going to let you take a look at this video that we made about a year ago, and we'll see what we can pick up on it, and we'll recap at the end.
Okay guys, this is Big C here. You're looking at me through a mirror because I'm too goddamn lazy to just turn the camera around and record. So this way I know that I could see myself. So anyways, so we got a ghillie suit here. I haven't quite finished up stitching the legs. I have a little bit to do around the ankle to hold the netting on. But this is what I got. I got a jacket. My jacket's got nylon netting, approximately 3 inches in some spots. Reason I chose nylon's because it's really tough. I don't suggest using cotton. You can, but it's more likely to tear in the event that something gets snagged. What I have here is my hood. It's about a 3 or 4 foot, not even 4 foot, probably about 3.5 or so foot of camouflage burlap with the same netting put on it. I got a few stitches here, 1 or 2 stitches to make sure that the netting doesn't just bulge up, and I got it stitched to the ends. I have here, what I have is a white boonie hat. Not really the color that you want to use, but that's just temporary to, as a pattern playing there. For the pants here, or for my jacket here, I got on the underside of the netting, I put some leafy camo tape to kind of break up the complexion so it's not just a 2D woodland camo. The type of jackets and stuff I used are it's all hot weather camouflage. In the event that it's probably going to get pretty warm in the summertime, but keep in mind that I use mine for hunting animals, not people. So, and then right here is what we got is the standard burlap here. You can buy these in the store. I bought this long ago and never used it, so it came in perfect handy for use on this suit. And another good thing about the buying the camo burlap is it's versatile in the sense that if you need lighter colors, just turn it over, and then when you shred it, you can tie it on in a way or in a bundle that where mostly this will show, and then when it uses the green, it'll look more natural, so it's not just a solid tan piece that doesn't really look natural or anything. So I mean, building a ghillie suit goes based on what you're using it for. If you look on the internet, most of the guys that build them, I mean, you'll see that a lot of people do it different ways. A lot of people just use straight burlap. It's not recommended because, I mean, if you're walking through the forest, you should have a ghillie suit that looks so good that if someone's looking for you in a ghillie suit, they cannot find you. It shouldn't just be made of solid burlap, so when somebody walks out, they see a giant pile of burlap laying out in the field and say, hey, that's him. So keep that in mind. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cut real thin strips of some burlap and put them in some areas after I sew the pants on. And
alright, yeah, that was Chuck teaching you how to make a ghillie suit. Just to recap and fill in a couple spots in which he didn't cover. You're going to get your camo suit, you're going to get your top, your bottom. I guess you could make it in an overall, coverall, if you wish, but these particular ones were 2 pieces. We got our pants and our top. You can make it any weight you want, whether it be hot weather, cold weather, whatever. Wrap it in your nylon netting, which ends up being volleyball netting. That's all we used. We took the volleyball net and we sewed it on all the way around, and we cut strips of burlap, which should be at varied lengths. That way there's not a consistency in the pattern. That way, it gets broken up out in nature. We would weave the burlap through, and we actually tied it. So when we tied it, we would end up with 2 strands hanging down, which would cover more area than tying it at the end and only leaving 1 strand hanging down. It's just a convenience thing. Make sure you cover the entire suit: arms, legs, front, back, armpits, all the way up to your neck. Everything must be covered. The burlap that we used was just a standard burlap, nothing special about it other than the fact that it was camo. I believe that's about it, and you should have yourself a ghillie suit in no time. Trial and error, guys. Whatever works for you. That's all there is to it. Just remember that the netting you use needs to be strong, because you're going to probably get caught on things. That same netting can be used for natural vegetation. You just weave it in and out. That's about it. Hope you guys enjoy.